All right, guys, so one of my favorite cameras that I reviewed last year, and I have continued to be using it, is actually the little Akaso V50 Pro, so the V50 Pro. And this was even compared with the V50 Elite, which had some features that the Pro didn't have, but depending on who you are, some of the features of the Pro were more important or outweighed the features that you got when you bought the Elite, if that makes any sense. So I'll give you, for instance, here's the two right here. So here's the V50 Pro and here's the V50 Elite. And the Elite gave us 4K 60, which was cool if you needed it, but no external mic support, which was something that the V50 Pro gave us, but only gave us 4K 30. So it was kind of a toss-up. And for me, what was more important was the external mic support. So the V50 won, hands down, no questions asked. This guy, I just never really used. This guy I've been using all the time, and even to this day I use all the time. But the 4K 60 would kind of be nice to have. Today we're looking at something new, the Akaso V50 Pro Special Edition. And that's coming right up, my friends. Okay, so here it is, the V50 Pro Special Edition, Ultra HD Native 4K. So let's take a look real quick at their website here to see what it comes with, especially in regards to what makes this a special edition. So first off, they're in partnership with the Leave No Trace Access Fund, which is kind of cool. So a portion, and I don't know how much that portion is, of every sale will go toward this fund. So that's cool. That's already a plus if you're looking at this camera. You get superb image quality, so records 4K 60, 4K 30, 2.7, 30, 1080p 120, which is cool. 1080p 60, 720p 240, and a 20 megapixel image. So that's excellent as well. So you get an electronic image stabilizer with 6-axis gyroscope. Cool. Optional view angle. Sure. Free valuable accessories. Yes, yes, yes. Now this is $155 American when you buy it off the actual Akaso website. Now there are some websites, of course, through, let's say, Amazon, that you may be able to get this maybe even a little cheaper. So do some hunting. I'll leave links down below if I can find something that's a bit better deal for you guys. Anyway, let's crack this open. So I have a knife somewhere here, and we're gonna open this up. I'm not gonna be too gentle. I'm just gonna say it. Not gonna be too gentle. No, I'm not. And I've always liked the Akaso packaging. It's always been good. And I'm gonna just open this up, and we're gonna dump first all the stuff out of the box onto the table just so we can get a quick look. We're not going to spend a lot of time because, you know, the Akasos always give us pretty good accessory bundles, which is really good, and I don't think it's going to be much different on this one compared to any of the other Akaso cameras, to be honest with you. So just kind of throw this all out here. Cool. Oh, I like that they give you like a little wrench, like a tightening wrench. That's handy. And last but not least, you get a reference guide. Right, little reference guide and a little user manual, QR code, etc., etc. That's for later. And last but not least, let's get this thing out of here. So we'll put the camera over here just for now. So what do we get in here? We get, oh, that's kind of cool. That's like a little wrist strap, it looks like. A wrist strap, that's nice. You get the actual remote. Just so you know, the remotes never turn the camera on when they're powered off. They're designed so when the camera is already on, you can start the recording and things like that. Whole bunch of different plates. You get a battery charger, which is cool, and this is for 2, so that's also awesome. So you can charge 2. You get the different backings, so if you want one that allows some air and or sound in, you'll have that. You also get not 1 but 2 batteries, which is awesome. Some J connectors and a handlebar mount, and I don't even know what this thing is. Oh, this is your USB cable, so that's important. Some Velcro straps, some zip tie straps, all the stuff that you could ever need. Waterproof casing, which is also excellent. We're gonna pop this open. This looks like a nicer case than the original came with, to be honest with you. I say that a lot. It just comes with a nicer case. It does. Oh, that's nice and smooth. I like that. All right, pop this out. It's in there. It's definitely in there. Oh, so it's a little different. So I'm gonna push some of this aside. Ready? Push that over there. So the original, nice little gray. The new one is black, so that you know that it's new and better. I guess. I don't know. It's better for sure. Okay, I like that. I like the black though. But other than that, everything else looks like it's the same. Peel off. That's excellent. What's in here? This is your battery compartment. They haven't made a good battery compartment. There's your 1/4 inch thread, so be aware. It does come with the GoPro adapters, so you can screw them in to mount to all your GoPro stuff. On the back here is your micro SD card slot. This is your charging / power / microphone port. So if you're using the Akaso microphone, it has to be the Akaso, I believe, unless the SE has changed that, but we're going to test that as well, maybe in a future video, but we're going to test the Akaso mic right now. And a micro HDMI port, so that's good. We do have a bunch of little stickers on here, so we'll peel all those off because those have got to go. Those have got to go. But size-wise, same as the V50 Pro, of course. Let's take a battery. So you have one of these batteries which is charged. Okay. And then slide that in there. Akaso V50 Pro. So 4K. Let's just check real fast if I'm correct here. So the setup is the same. Settings, general, control, sound, actual. Let's go back here. Video settings. I just want to see resolution. There's that 4K 60. Boom. Now you will notice, see the codec and image stabilizers. I hope you can see that kind of go away. They gray out. If I come in here and go back to 30, then things like your image stabilizer turns back on. We're going to play around with this. I'm just going to adjust some settings here to make sure. So I'm going to make sure that the resolution is good. If there is the ability to do any sharpening, I'm going to bring that down. I'm just going to snoop around a little bit just to see if there's any differences. And we'll go outside. We're going to do some testing. So we're going to test. We're not going to put it up against the V50 Pro. What we are going to do is we're going to shoot in the different resolutions and different frame rates and see if there's a noticeable difference. Now this timeline that you guys are watching on is a 4K 24 timeline, but the goal here is to see the quality. We're also going to take it out for a ride on my motorcycle. You guys get to join me on that. Nothing big, just a short one. And I'm going to plug in the Akaso external mic to see how that sounds. So that's coming right up. Don't go anywhere. Outside we go.
Alright guys, so here's the first test. We're doing this in 4K 60. Now the first thing to be aware of is that it made me switch cards. Yep, because it said the card was too slow. So 4K 60 takes a lot of speed, I guess, which is to be expected. But the other thing is that you don't get image stabilization. So I do have this on like a GorillaPod style tripod, just so you guys can see it. So yeah, anyway, this is 4K 60. So take it all in. 4K 60. How good is that? I don't know. I'm walking to check the mail. So I'm going to switch it again now. So we're going to go to 4K 30 right now. Alright, let's switch that, shall we? Alright guys, so we are now in 4K 30. But the bonus of this is that we get the opportunity now to actually turn on the electronic image stabilizer. So we should be able to find out if that's helping at all, which I think it will. I don't know. We're just walking up and down the street a little bit. Nothing too exciting. You guys can look behind me, see what you think. Right? Super exciting? Probably not. But the key is understanding the quality that it's producing, and we're getting some light, some shadows and things like that. So, and there's a lot of trees behind us, so hopefully that'll give you some detail and some information. Alright, we're going to switch it down to 1080 now, see what this does. Okay, so not 1080. I totally forgot about 2.7K. So we're shooting in 2.7K right now. So you get a good idea of this quality. 2.7K in this. And all this recording is being done on the internal microphone, just so you guys know. So no external mic plugged in, just the internal. So you get an idea of what it sounds like in its raw state. Right? Because I think that's important. I think so. Alright, that's 2.7K. Now we're going to 1080. Okay guys, so now we're in 1080p 60. 1080p 60. Again, we're just walking up and down the same street so you guys can get an idea. Once I get down here, we'll switch it to 1080p 30. And then last but not least, we'll do the 720 just so you guys can see what it's doing. Alright, so there's your 1080p 60. You guys get an idea. There's a bunch of detail behind me there, I think. Right? Some detail. And most of us using action cams are going to be, you know, probably facing ourselves, or I don't know what we're doing with them. Got them strapped here, which you'll see when I put it on my motorcycle. Alright, now we're going to 1080p 30. Alright, 1080p 30, here we go. So, same idea. We're going a bit in the shade. I'll walk back over here so you guys can get more of an idea. People in this poor house beside me are probably wondering what the heck I'm doing. Just walking up and down the street. But, hey, it's kind of actiony. It's kind of what we're doing. And I'm actually trying to go get the mail right away. So, this will be the last little walk before I do that. And so there you go. 1080p 30. That's the excitement right there. Right? 1080p 30. It's what dreams are made of. And still the internal mic. Okay, 720. Here we come. Okay, my friends, here we are. 720p 30. Now, it does have a 720p 60 as well, but we're doing it in 30 because really, who's using 720p? I do think it actually has the 720p 240, but you need to have your image stabilization turned off for that to work, and I'm not really doing that. If you guys want to play with 240 frames, maybe I'll do it in another video, right? Maybe. So you can see the detail and resolution behind me. I'm guessing it's suffering a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna get the mail right here, and we're gonna walk back. I'm gonna switch it back to 4K 30. Alright guys, so we're walking back now. I got my mail. FedEx. I wonder what that is. I have no idea. Anyways, walking back. We're going to now mount this camera on my motorcycle, and we're gonna plug in the external Akaso mic and see how that works. We're gonna go for a quick little rip just around the block, nothing too fast. You'll get an idea of some motion as well as what the mic sounds like with the external plugged in. Alright, let's do that. Alright my friends, so we're just gonna go do a quick ride around the block. I got my Akaso mic plugged into the V50 Pro SE, and we're gonna take this for a little spin, see what we think of it. See if this camera does a good job, which I think it will, and what it sounds like with the microphone. Because I think that's important for us. Yes? I think so. Alright. And no, I'm not wearing a jacket, so I'm just going around the block, so hopefully everything's good. Let her warm up for a minute. Now I do have it in 4K 30 with the image stabilization turned on, and that's pretty much the only setting I've set it to, so hopefully you guys can get a good idea of what this camera looks like and performs like. Not a fast ride or a long ride, but should put us in the ballpark. Alright. Okay, and the other thing I just want to make sure too is that we get up to a decent speed so that, you know, wind noise and stuff like that, especially coming in from a helmet, because if you are someone who rides a motorcycle with an action camera, this is one of the big things that you want, is to be able to hear yourself talking or hear your engine noise or hear whatever it is at certain speeds. So we're gonna just do a loop around just so you guys can see. This will probably be the longest part of the video, so and I'm trying to get as many of these videos done before winter comes, because we're in, you know, September now, and that means maybe a month of actual riding left. There we go. So you guys can hear, if you can hear me okay. I got my visor open, so any kind of wind should be coming in. That's not too bad at all, I think. So we'll turn down here. It got me up to about 85, so it gives you a good idea. And then what I'll do is when I come around the corner here, I'll put the visor down. Okay, the visor down here,
you guys get a different sound, so a little bit of a sound with, well, not as much wind noise, right? So that's important as well. So you get a better idea of what it sounds like when, usually it sounds a little bassier, because that sound is just kind of staying inside the helmet and there's no outside noise, if that makes any sense at all. Alright, I'm gonna kick through here because I think I can. Alright, yeah. Alright. Another nice little test for you guys. And also, you know, check to see what the stabilization is like, because, you know, it's not gonna be perfect on here because I'm moving around, and, you know, if I start doing like this, no stabilizer is going to help with that. So, but if I keep my head pretty straight like it is now, you know, it should, or even if my motions or movements are fairly slow, right, it should keep the background nice and level, is the hope. Oh, it's warm with the shield down. Oh. Alright, so I'm going to bring that back up. Hold on. Alright, so we'll spin back in here. Can I get in front of this guy? I think so. Yeah. And a nice little turn. Yeah, as long as I keep my head pretty steady and you're, you know, observant to the fact that you know you have a camera on your face, then you should be able to keep your head, well, not from just whipping all over the place like you normally would. Alright, let's park this and we'll go inside. I'm gonna take a look at the footage and then we'll have a chat. I think a chat is good. Yes? Sure. Alright.
Alright guys, so we're back in the house. I've had a chance to look at the footage. You've had a chance to look at the footage. And really, I'm just going to say, I think it's just as good as it was before. And maybe even better. The fact that it has 4K 60 is a huge perk for those that will use it. 1080p 120, and I think it had 720p 240. So all kinds of different resolutions that you guys can use if you so choose. Is it worth the added cost? It all depends on if you're going to use those resolutions, I think. The V50 Pro, the standard one, definitely is down a bit in price, which is awesome, and I still think it's a really good camera, especially when you're using it for 2.7K or 4K. The fact that this one adds 4K 60 to the mix is a huge perk, especially, like I said, for a lot of people that want 4K and maybe want that super smooth 4K footage, or they want to be able to take that 4K footage and slow it down later. So a lot of extra added benefits to it if you want. Now the motorcycle stuff, you know, it's good. And for me, having a camera at this price point that allows me still to be able to utilize an external microphone is a huge perk. That's one of the things that I didn't overly like about the Elite for me, was that it gave me all the resolutions that I wanted, but no external mic support. So I would always use the V50 Pro. I have to say, I think the V50 Pro SE is going to be the camera that I start to use from this point forward. Big perk is that, as far as I can tell, all of the accessories that you have for your V50 Pro will fit on the special edition. So that's another added bonus if you are coming from already owning a V50 Pro. Alright guys, anyways, I'm going to leave you guys there. Link down below if you're looking at picking up one of these. If you have any questions on them, please let me know. I've had a chance now to play around with the Pro, the Elite, and now the Special Edition. So, again, questions, leave them down there in the comments. I'll get back to you. I try to as much as possible. That's it for today. Like, comment, share, and as always, subscribe, because that's kind of important. We will see you guys in the next video. Later, my friends. Little bit of alright. Little bit of alright.